One of the biggest misconceptions in the construction industry is that metal roofing fabrication is overly complicated. Because of that, many contractors leave the money on the table thinking it's too difficult or time-consuming to get into. I am Oliver from Roofing Rollformer Machines, and today we are starting a new series of videos on how to set up a roofing rollformer. We will get into all the ins and outs of the technical side of this business to show you that it's actually not as complicated as it might seem at first. The topic of today's video is how to adjust the forming stations on your roofing rollformer to get a high quality profile. Make sure to watch this video till the end, since in the end we will share the exclusive statistics on the most demanded panels in Canada based on almost 100 requests for roofing rollformers we got in the year 2025. Let's begin. So now let's begin with our first adjustment, the feeding table adjustment. For the purposes of this video, we will be using the SS4E Pro machine by Liberty Seamless. The feeding table on this machine can be adjusted anywhere between 15 and 28 inches. And you can adjust it by moving the right side of the machine, which is the male side, left or right. And here's how you do it. There are 4 shafts that are connected to the right side of the rollformer. Firstly, you will need to loosen 2 screws on each of the shafts. For this step, you will need a 4 mm Allen key. After that, turn the black crank handle on the side of the machine. That will adjust the width of your feeding table. Please note that you should leave around 1/16 of an inch gap between the metal and the edge of the feeding table, so that your metal has some space to move. Now let's move on to the first rollers, specifically to the L1, L5 rollers on the left side of the machine. These rollers are positioned close together and act as a system responsible for forming the locking edge of the female side of your panel. Here you can see the sample of the locking edge on the board and batten panel, double lock standing seam panel, as well as a snap lock panel. Start your adjustments by taking a sheet of metal and cutting the corners. Next, feed the sheet into the rollformer and use manual mode on your controller to slowly advance the material. If the panel gets stuck within the L1, L5 rollers, loosen the 2 bolts that secure the receiving roller as well as the 2 bolts on the previous roller. These rollers have slight play, allowing you to rotate them approximately 5 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise. Adjust their position gradually until the panel fits smoothly, then continue advancing the material. Now let's move on to the right side of the machine. One of the most common issues that people usually come across is misalignment of the rollers on the male side of the machine. The male side forming rollers are mounted on 2 racks. Let's refer to them as Rack 1 and Rack 2 for the purposes of this video. As the metal approaches Rack 2, stop the machine and inspect the first roller on the rack, typically labeled as R6, R7 or R8. If Rack 2 is misaligned, the panel may bind or become distorted. To fix this, first of all loosen the screws securing the shafts attached to Rack 1. There are 2 shafts, so loosen both of them. After that, use the crank handle to adjust Rack 2 into proper alignment. The material should pass smoothly without any resistance. Once the Rack 2 on the right side of the machine has been aligned, we can move down to the disc rollers. Disc rollers are critical for forming sharp and clean 90-degree angles on both the male and female sides of the panel. Each disc roller features an eccentric bolt that allows diagonal adjustment. To adjust, loosen the locking bolt and turn the eccentric bolt to reposition the roller. You'll notice the roller moving up or down diagonally. For best results, the disc roller should contact the metal precisely at the corner. This ensures a clean and sharp bend. Here's a tightness guideline. The roller should not spin freely while the metal is engaged. However, you should still be able to rotate it by hand without excessive force. And just like that, the disc rollers are adjusted and you get a crisp and sharp 90-degree angle on your roofing panel. For the next step, let's move down the machine and start adjusting our clip relief rollers. These rollers are located closer to the end of the machine, and they produce a clip relief system on your panel. To adjust these rollers, follow the next steps. Firstly, take the clip relief forming station off of the rack. After that, put them in the vise. If you do not have vise around, you can hold them with your hands, but it will be slightly more difficult. Thirdly, loosen the locking bolts. And lastly, turn the eccentric bolts. Ideally, from a profile view, the upper and the bottom rollers should slightly overlap. 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch would be more than enough. Now the clip relief rollers are all ready and you can reinstall them on the rack. Don't tighten them too much, since you will need them to be slightly loose for the next adjustment. Now we are getting closer to the end of our machine and we have to adjust the last rollers. Some of the last rollers on both sides of the machine are mounted using bolts in oval-shaped slots, allowing vertical adjustment. Firstly, slightly loosen these bolts and position them in the center of the slots. Make sure not to loosen them too much, they should still support the rollers. Next, slowly advance the material through the machine. The pressure of the metal will naturally position the rollers correctly. Once complete, tighten all bolts securely. At this point, all the rollers should be properly adjusted, and your panels should meet the quality standards with smooth fitting and clean geometry. As we are coming to the end of this video, as promised, here are the most in-demand metal profiles on the Canadian market in 2025. For roofing, the top choice of our clients has been 1.5-inch slotted flange snap lock profile. No wonder why. It's reliable, durable, and really easy to install. For siding, board and batten panel remains a favorite. It's durable, stylish, and always in demand. So if you are considering your metal roofing and siding production, you should definitely consider these two profiles. Thank you for watching. In the next video of this series, we will tell you how to adjust your shearing scissors on a roofing rollformer so that you get a clean and professional looking cut.